we've hunted here.
That ain't no Chewy this time.
Look.
The great outdoors, Mississippi outdoors.
Hey folks, Mississippi Outdoors is at Circle M Plantation. We're here in Macon, Mississippi. We got here this afternoon. We came in, got our clothes on. Hey, time's a wasting. We're going hunting and we're looking for big boy, so let's go. Hey folks, this was our first afternoon hunt, Circle M, first time that we've hunted here. Had a great hunt, beautiful field, had 11 deer came out today. We had one small buck and he got to chasing the doe, so we know that the rut's close. We're gonna try and sneak out of here. We're gonna hunt in the morning for sure, I can promise you that. That alarm clock will go off in Mississippi Outdoors and be back out here, but had a great hunt, we're excited. Folks, Mississippi Outdoors is here at Circle M Plantation, Circle M Hunting Plantation. I'm here with Bo Nolan, and Bo, golly, it's been a pleasure. We've been here for 2 days now. We hunted yesterday afternoon, this morning. We have eaten like kings, and you got to tell the folks, just tell us about Circle M and what all it offers.
Well, Circle M is here in Macon, Mississippi, and we're at the kind of the top end of the Black Belt, and it's a family-owned, and we operate it as a commercial hunt and fishing operation. We hunt turkeys and quail and deer, and we've got a 55-acre lake that's got F1 bass in it.
Tell us about the different hunts that Circle M offers.
Well, again, it's deer, turkey, and quail. We're very focused on managing our property here, and the things we do for the quail are also beneficial for the deer and the turkey. So it's kind of neat to see how efforts that were initially focused on one game species helps in other areas.
The deer hunting, you've actually it's got to be 8 points or 16 inches.
Yeah, what we try to do is communicate some guidelines to our customers that move them in their harvest, their selection, towards a 4.5-year-old deer. And at 8 points or better outside the ears, which is about 16 inches, or a 21-inch main beam. But we want 8 points or better with either outside the ears or 21-inch main beam. We'll take either one. Since
I was a little boy, I mean, people have talked and told me about Circle M, and yesterday was, I guess, my special day. It's the first opportunity that I've had to be here, and Circle M is everything and more, what people have told me, and I couldn't be any more excited. But like I said, I'm still hunting. We got this afternoon.
Don't give up. Don't stop eating and keep on.
I promise you. We just got through eating. It's getting late in the afternoon. I know what Mississippi Outdoors is fixing to do. We're fixing to go kill Big Daddy. Appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
This is Derek now. This is Mississippi Outdoors. We're at Circle M Plantation. This is our second afternoon hunt. We saw a lot of deer yesterday. not a shooter, but we're going to, Derek's taking us to Hooters. We're going to Hooters deer stand, so Big Daddy? Big Daddy. Big Daddy. So, all right, that's all. Good luck. Hey, we at Circle M Plantation. We had we had a 7-point come out. I mean, a good 7-point. But I'm gonna tell you what, we just smoked a slinging and stinging. We just shot a big 8-point. Man, that's great. That's a good one. That's a good deer. We had Hooters. We had Hooters deer stand. I'm gonna tell you, Hooters is good luck all day long. That deer, the last place I saw him was going in right there on that broom sage, right to the left side of it. He's not far. He's hit good. Okay. Hey, you put us on the Hooter stand today?
Yes, sir.
Booyah!
Good job.
Hey. Golly. Circle M, Macon, Mississippi. Anybody can come do this. I'm telling you, you better come get some of this. This is awesome. Hey, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He's got a kicker, 10-point. Hey folks, hey, it's been fun, been rewarding. We'll see you outdoors again somewhere in Mississippi. For over 70 years, Mississippi Outdoors magazine has served the readers of the Magnolia State. In it contains several interesting features such as wildlife photography, salooner tables, and even a kids page. Subscriptions to the magazine are very inexpensive, and when you subscribe, you will receive 6 bi-monthly issues containing articles on hunting and fishing in the state, public lakes, state parks, and even our wildlife management areas. For more information, call our toll-free number at 1-888-874-5785.
Fattening fish.
Nice trout, 44 inches.
Just a little trout up in hand. We're back on the coast today. We're going trout fishing with Southern Extreme Charters with Mr. Brett Ladner. Brett, tell us a little bit about what we're going to do today.
We're going to run out to some open water on the outside of the marsh there, and water's been a little clean out there. And we're going to catch some big yellowmouth.
We also got a co-fisherman here, Mr. Nathan Serpaz.
How you doing?
I hear you taught this guy how to fish. Is that true?
Yes, I did. Long time ago.
Now
He's teaching me.
That's what I'm talking about. Returning the favor, huh? Well, let's go get some trout. What we've done is we were running on the outside here, and we came across these birds working on this oyster bar right here. So it's hard to pass up birds.
Usually in the birds, just, sometimes it's a hit and miss. You catch school trout. Sometimes you might get on some good ones.
Oh, the old man got the first strike. I don't know. No.
That's what it is. They small.
Okay, yeah.
These old yellowmouth speckled trout. Fattening fish. First fish of the day, and we pulled her out on a Cat 5, the shrimp minnow in pearl and green.
Is it, Robert?
And ain't no chiwi this time. Oh, beautiful trout. Look at here. Look at it.
Come on, Oh, nah, the old man got something.
I don't know, he might have me.
I think he's got
Yeah,
you.
I got you.
Come on here, you big old trout. But I'm gonna tell you what. I love catching with plastic before live bait. I had to get him out of that hole over there.
Oh yeah, nice. Oh, come on, man.
That's legal.
We're gonna give it a try.
You guys Carolina rig plastic.
Carolina rig plastic. I shouldn't be showing nobody this.
Good fish.
You know, net, Brett?
Got him.
Got it.
Click. I'm gonna change baits on you too.
Oh, you went back to your.
No.
Look.
Yeah, they there too.
I switched back over to my jig head.
These little smaller fish, like I say, the Carolina rig works well with the suicide croaker, but it doesn't work as well with these other baits. And if they want these shrimp-looking baits, you know, you gotta go with what they want. The first Cat 5 trout.
You gotta take advantage of days like today, you know?
You don't get many of these where you can actually just plunk around with a trolling motor. I mean, there's nobody here. We got it to ourselves. We've pretty much caught fish, everything on this west side of the rig since we got here.
That's a nice one.
Ooh, another pretty trout, pretty trout. All right. You bump mine, hit yours?
Good fish too. I'll take those all day.
All day. Money in the bank.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I had one too, Todd. That's a nice one.
Oh, yeah, that's a nice one.
This time of year, we're waiting on our first, it's early spring, we're waiting on our first spawn to come in. Usually the first full moon in May is when you'll start catching them in April if the weather conditions are right. But usually the first full moon in May is when your first big trout's gonna come in for the spawn. Now they're gonna spawn all the way to September. So when they come in for the spawn, May is our big trout month. It's also our windiest month. Very unpredictable in the weather, but if you can pick a day like this, it don't get any better. Oh yeah.
That's a good fish too.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That one, man?
That's what we after right there, babe. Ooh. Rolling a little cornmeal. I'm gonna switch over. We've seen a lot of bait on top water, and we've seen some good trout pop the surface. So, I mean, they want top. I gotta try them. I'm gonna go with a popping cork. Either we are in some fairly deep water. Just because you're in deep water doesn't mean they won't bite the top. These little males, they waiting on them females to come back. So Brett, kind of slowed down. What do you think we ought to do?
Tide went slack on us, and we had a pretty good bite going. You know, it wasn't one behind another, but it was pretty steady. And that tide slacked on us, so we're gonna move a little further out and see if we can find some tide movement, maybe find some fish.
Over here, the tide comes in before there. So we'll come over here and we'll try for a little while, and as the tide goes in, seen the two lines, we came across the tide lines. That's a good one.
Nice trout.
Not another one.
Beautiful.
Look,
Whoa!
look.
Whoa!
He jumped in the net. Did you see that?
Yeah, that was.
Chomp. Look who woke up.
I think you're back in the running for big fish of the day.
No, I don't think
Oh yeah.
so.
Yeah, it is. That's a 4-pound fish. Oh yeah.
Oh,
That's 24 inches all day long.
That's pretty in the water. That's over. Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
Oh, we got biggest for the day in here. Look at here. That's
24 inches.
Man.
Go ahead and hold that. Keep that neck. Keep that neck going.
Two at a time. Two at a time. To the top. To the top. Oh yeah. Come on, Bobby. Look at the two with him right there. Oh, look at the size of that trout.
Lady fish.
Lady fish. Sorry. Oh, we got a box full of trout, but we can always use a few more in it, right?
Oh.
Oh yeah, pretty fish, pretty fish. Whew. Well, Brett, I want to thank you, my man. We had a great trip with you today. Southern Extreme Charters. They'll put you on them. As you can see, there's some beautiful trout today. Wonderful time. Wow! Just a little cool trout up in here.
Did you know that money spent on a Mississippi hunting and fishing license is just like an investment? The Mississippi Department of Wildlife, Fisheries and Parks uses money from license sales to enhance hunting and fishing, like providing public hunting opportunities on wildlife management areas, advising private landowners on deer and habitat management, providing public fishing opportunities on state lakes, and operating fish hatcheries for stocking public lakes and streams. So make an investment in the great outdoors. Buy your Mississippi hunting and fishing license today.
What we're going to do this morning is show you fellas what our routine preserve quail hunt looks like. And we always start with a safety talk. It's safety first, and on every hunt that we have, we give a safety talk before we start. What we generally do is a 4-man hunt. This morning we'll probably just have 2 shooters. And when we have 4, we take turns shooting. We'll put 2 shooters on the ground at a time. The other 2 stay on or near the buggy. And we found that's a lot safer. If you get more than 2 people on the ground at one time for a covey rise of quail, it can get dangerous. So we'll have 2 shooters on the ground at a time, and we'll have a 2-shell rule. So anybody shooting pumps or automatics, we only put 2 shells in the gun at a time. One of my guides used to say if you're shooting an over and under or side by side, just put as many in there as you can. And that keeps everybody even. 2 shots. We found that if you've got 3 shots, that last one is usually the dangerous one. Usually the birds are too far out of range by then, or either they're going back toward the buggy, so we just absolutely don't do a 3rd shot. So 2 shooters on the ground at a time for a covey rise, and then 2 shells in the gun. Randy and Stanley will be handling the dogs for us this morning. And one of them will take turns. They'll alternate handling the dogs, and we'll have 1 or 2 pointing dogs on the ground at a time. And what we'll do is follow along with this buggy and let the dogs work out in front of us. We're doing an early release quail hunt, and we know where our coveys are. We're going to try to find somewhere between 10 and 12 coveys this morning. We'll put 2 dogs down or 1 dog down, depending on what the guides want to use, and then we'll just follow along behind them with everybody on the buggy, guns unloaded. When we get a point, and we can drive within sight of most every point that we'll see this morning. When we get a point, our 2 shooters will get down, load their guns, and then follow along with Randy or Stanley, whoever the dog handler is that's handling the dogs at the time. And he'll have a 3rd dog with him. He'll have a flush dog, which is a little different than most preserves use. We found that the flush dog really makes the birds fly good. And he's trained to stay right with the guide, and then he's released on command to go in and flush the birds. The pointing dogs, of course, do the pointing, and then they'll do most of the retrieving. We've found if you'll stay as close as you can to that dog handler, one on either side, that you have a better opportunity for a shot. If things work like they're supposed to, when he releases that flush dog, the covey of birds should get up and go away from you. The shooter on the left takes everything from the middle to his left. The shooter on the right takes everything from the middle back to his side. Well, let's go find some birds. Y'all ready?
Let's do it.
Do it.
We've been doing this quail hunt for about 15 years now, and we have just over 1,200 acres dedicated to the quail course. We're an early release operation. We start releasing birds in September. We'll try to put up 12 to 14 coveys, so everybody will get to shoot at least 6 coveys.
And I'm sure you have some natural wild coveys.
Oh, we do. We've been doing this long enough now that that everything that we do for the pen-raised birds helps the wild. So our wild bird population is just growing exponentially. And if we're lucky, we'll probably find a covey or 2 of wild birds today. The hunt usually takes about 5 hours.
There you go, there you go. Hey, hey, hey! Get him, Randy. Get him, Randy. Get him. Oh, man. Hey, wasn't nothing but there an opportunity there. Get him, Randy. Get him, get him, get him. Hey, that was a chucker.
Folks that are my age and even Randy's age remember hunting wild birds. And that kind of disappeared from this part of the world. And there are a lot of theories about why. You know, there's not much farming anymore. There's not much gardening anymore. When I was a little boy, and probably even when you were, Randy, you could hunt from one garden spot to another. Everybody that had a pea patch had a covey of quail. Well, in this part of the world, all the open land's been planted in pine trees. So the habitat's not there. And there's theories that maybe the fire ants did something to the quail. The predators, hawks are our biggest predator, hawks and bobcats. When we started doing this quail hunt 15 years ago, it was pretty rare to see a bobcat. And now we see bobcats every day. They're here, and the hawks are here. But what we've tried to do is to recreate as much as we can and simulate a wild bird hunt. And you'll find that these birds that are early released will fly a lot like wild birds, and they really have become wild. They've been out long enough. The property is 4,200 acres, and I've dedicated about 1,200 to our bird courses. We hunt, on a hunt like we were on this morning, we covered about 600 acres. So we've got an identical second bird course that covers another 600 acres. And as you saw, it's mostly thinned pine timber, some pipeline and utility right-of-ways, and then some open fields.
Not another cavity.
Doc, 4 for 4.
Hey, hey.
Our preserve season starts in October, and we can hunt through April. You know, the season actually goes to the first day of May. The weather usually shuts us down about the first week in April, so we'll be hunting at least until the first week in April. Ty, how about a bird?
Thank you. Doc, that's some fine shooting.
Well, I sure enjoyed
And
it.
I want to thank you for the hunt we had today, and I'm going to tell you, these birds are as wild as they can get.
Well, that's good.
And they getting up.
That's what we try to do. We want to make it as much like a wild bird hunt as we can. We
Yeah.
sure had a good morning.
Get on your game, because they're going to go.
What did we find, about 12 coveys this morning?
About 12 coveys.
So we had a good morning.
Beautiful hunt, beautiful hunt.
Sure.
Once again,
Pleasure entertaining you fellas.
Millbrook Plantation,
Stonewall, Mississippi.
Stonewall, Mississippi. He's got them.
All right, thanks.
Great time.
As Quail says, see you outdoors.
Riding through the bayou, headed for the sky blue, back out on the trail again and again. Hiking and hunting and fishing the land, time is time well spent.